The billionaire George Soros says he's investing $500 million to startups founded by refugees. Soros is responding to President Barack Obama's Call to Action initiative. That's a request for companies to help refugees and migrants. Obama made his plea during his last address to the UN General Assembly as US president.
Because in the eyes of innocent men and women and children who, through no fault of their own, have had to flee everything that they know, everything that they love, we have to have the empathy to see ourselves. We have to imagine what it would be like for our family, for our children, if the unspeakable happened to us. And we should all understand that ultimately our world will be more secure if we are prepared to help those in need and the nations who are carrying the largest burden with respect to accommodating these refugees.
And joining us now is Craig Peters, our editor-at-large. Craig, capitalism stepping in, move over charity?
Obama has a tough sell with what he just said, but when people like George Soros kicks in $500 million to help refugees or migrants, displaced people as he calls them, generate startups, social initiatives, and create an economy that benefits the refugee community, I think you have to start taking this seriously. I think you have to put aside the idea that philanthropy is the last refuge of a scoundrel. You have to forget that him and other companies are going to get tax write-offs. Sometimes we need to dial back the cynicometer, and this is one of those times.
And Craig, it sounds like a very positive idea. After all, these people have tried very hard to escape war and poverty and so on in their own countries. And many people would say, look, they're showing a great deal of initiative. They probably would make very good entrepreneurs. So do you think this will be a very positive move, a good investment?
I think it's a good investment for the Americans. I don't see the Europeans lining up for this. We talk about these people. We're all guilty of that. Let's put these people, let's give them some size and substance. There are 65 million displaced people in the world right now. Matthew, that number is larger than the population of the United Kingdom, and it's not getting any smaller. What we've seen here is that governments are absolutely feckless in attempting to broker peace agreements, be it Syria or anywhere else, which has created this. The private sector can do this kind of stuff faster, better, cheaper than any government, and in many cases, better than an
Craig,
NGO.
Just briefly, what happens to the money? If these investments go well and the refugees' businesses do well, what happens to the profits?
Well, the profits will stay in the community, but here's the fly in the ointment. You may recall 2 days ago we did a story on Chatham House and the World Bank saying they wanted to create self-contained refugee cities within third countries. Will this fly? Because the money has to have a place to go. And right now, the refugees mostly don't have any place to go. So the question now remains, will it go someplace, and will the politicians in these various countries allow it to happen?
Okay, Craig Peters in Paris, thank you very much for your analysis. See you again soon.